It's different out here.
It is.
You'll see. Eventually. Soon enough. Welcome to Manayunk. Welcome to Manlyhunks. It smells like good food and sounds like dogs hopping Manlyhunks. Welcome to Manlyhunks. You're welcome in there. To the young, to the younger. You're welcome in there. To
Manayunk, Manayunk, Yunkers, welcome to Manayunk. Oh my gosh, I could talk about Manayunk all day. It's my favorite place in the world. We have everything. We're in the city. In 5 minutes, you can be in beautiful nature suburbs. We have the Wissahickon. We have great bars, great coffee shops, great people, great neighbors. The vibe is unbelievable. I love it. I don't know anywhere else that I would want to live. It's such an amazing neighborhood. It's young, hip neighborhood that's close to the city, but still doesn't feel like I'm in a city. A small town vibe. It's got a lot of parks. It's got a lot of trails. Pretty much has anything you need.
Manayunk is for everyone. Like, this place is so diverse with like different kinds of people. You have like the college kids, and then you have like young adults, and then you have an older crowd, and it's just like everybody's here. There's people with families. Like, it's just a place for everybody. It's so easy because there's so many places to go on Main Street. If I have people over, I have like a backyard and we can like hang out in there and then go out down on Main Street. There's like a bunch of bars, so like Lucky's, Grape Room, Taqueria. You can go to Manayunk Tavern, which I think is now Bar John. I don't know.
Oh, there is a tons of food place in whole Main Street. I cannot tell which one is my favorite.
Possibly the best thing about Main Street is that there's nothing mainstream about it. All the stores are like boutiques. You won't really find them anywhere else. You won't find any big box retailers here. You won't find any chain restaurants. I mean, there is Insomnia Cookies, but that's Insomnia and we love it. So Main Street really is a thing of its own. And I guess that's what makes it so beautiful. There's always something happening here, and quite honestly, there's never a need to leave the neighborhood.
Hi, my name's Mose, and I've been in Manayunk for about 4 years. I have worked in Manayunk on Main Street at places like Lucky's Last Chance, The Grape Room, and Couch Tomato. I'm a local musician that goes by Mose Manayunk, and this is my home. And whenever there's a moment where my friends and I are like, what did we do? We just go for a walk and we figure it out once we get there.
Oh, Lucky's, what a place for a burger. What a place for Sunday brunch, getting French toast, butter, you know, a nice cold beer at 11 o'clock on a Sunday is a perfect Sunday.
Lucky's, you really can't go wrong. I think the most overrated burger on the menu is My Boy Blue, but try the peanut butter and bacon burger. That is, people are scared of it, but definitely my favorite.
Oh, the Mac Attack. And the Tres Amigos fries only, oh wait, no, Cheese Amigos, but we always call them Tres Amigos. I don't know why, we just like made that name up, my friends and I. It's not the name.
Manayunk Brewery all the way at the end of Main Street. They used to have something when I was in college called Schuylkill Punch. Way before craft beer was a popular item, it was a red-looking, muddy-looking beer that was about 7 or 8% that everyone would drink 1 or 2 of those and then the night would get started.
Really love the brewery. That's one of my favorite places. The food isn't like outstanding, but I love the back patio where you sit along the creek.
Manayunk Brewing Company.
The most interesting part about Main Street is the green oasis just laying 10 steps away. This is a place where you can go fishing, where you can go biking, you can walk, you can even honestly just chill. Cut back over to Main Street and there's restaurants and music stores, ice cream stores, you know, record stores, and next thing you know, you walk into a half plant, half coffee shop and you're getting a latte.
My favorite spot on Main Street would have to be Volo Coffee, where I get some nice coffee in the morning.
My favorite breakfast thing is if you go to Volo and you get their veggie egg panini. They do this beautiful thing. The eggs are soft boiled and like cut in half on the bread, and they have this like, it's like gooey and delicious, and there's like spinach, like sun-dried tomato mayo or something. I don't know, but it's amazing.
I love the what you call Han Dynasty. Hi, how are you?
I like Han Dynasty.
I think everybody does.
Okay, top 3 favorite meals on Main Street. I would say number 1 is Han Dynasty.
Han Dynasty, I really like. Yeah. I just had some people over for my birthday the other night, and we just got a bunch of different entrees and all shared family style.
Oh, I don't live here, but I come here way too often for Tubby Robot.
I'm a sucker for the Tubby Robot ice cream.
This, honestly, is the best dark chocolate in Philadelphia.
I think Manlyhunks had or still has a bunch of people that really need to express themselves, because anywhere you look, whether you're trying to or you're not, you're going to find art. It's pretty much like if you put your camera back in your pocket, you're going to have to pull it back out because there's something else to take a picture of. And I'm not just talking about art that is man-made. If you look around, even at the buildings or the streets or whatever, it's very picturesque. You feel like you're in a painting. And, you know, it's kind of crazy to think that I live here and this is a town that people would drive hours to just come be in.
I don't know. Manayunk is different vibe. It's not like it's not a dead town or city. People are lively here. So I start my couple painting and people notice that. After that, it inspired me to drawing more. So, and people enjoy that. And myself, I'm happy with that. Like people, when they ask me, who are you? Before nobody noticed me. Now people know me. That's why I'm doing it, and I enjoy myself.
I'm Kate. I live in Manayunk, Philadelphia. I am originally from Florida. Honestly, I think the festivals, like the neighborhood festivals, it's super nice. Before I moved here, I lived in Madison, Wisconsin, and my favorite thing about living there was every Sunday you have the farmers market, and so I think that there's like a lot of that vibe here with lots of like community-oriented events, and that's something that I really enjoy. I like that the neighborhood seems to care about, giving options for people to entertain themselves.
I love the different types of things I can get right at my fingertips. I can't say that I'll necessarily go to a shop or shop online for a lot of the things that are there, but it's nice to be able to go and get a little bit of everything that I feel like I need for my home. So maybe some artwork on the wall, maybe a candle, maybe something crocheted or a bag, a lot of these different things that I may not necessarily go after on my own naturally are right at my fingertips there.
Life in Manayunk is so cool, mainly 'cause there's so much good food. Even though it costs for walking up and down the hill, we are all good, as long as there's some really good food. And down the hill there's really good food. Oh, life in Manayunk is nothing but cool. Oh, life in Manayunk is so good.
Hey, how you doing? My name is Ryan Haggerty. Born and raised in Manayunk. I'm the owner of Haggerty Deli, located in Manayunk. Haggerty's Deli started about 4 years ago, and it was started with a GoFundMe and a lot of support throughout the neighborhood and my family and friends. Manayunk gave us a lot of support throughout the time. We opened up during COVID, and they were through our side day by day. Our best-selling hoagies is the Italian hoagie, although I'm an Irish kid and I was taught by an Indian couple the secret ingredient to the Italian hoagie is love. And then besides Italian hoagies, we have other hoagies also. It's anything from a ham and cheese to a roast beef. We do mixed cheeses. We'll make hoagies on pickles, where we actually cut the pickle out and then use that as the roll. Different toppings, spreads, like wraps. We have regular breads, lunch meats. So try to carry it all for you. Hey, how you doing?
Put up a parking lot.
The first ever open mic experience was at the Great Room in December of 2019. The first ever song I wrote, I played there, and it was the first place that I ever performed my own music in front of other people. And I returned there in 2021, and it just got me started. Projects with my friends and other musicians in the area, and I've connected with so many other people, and it just, if I don't have any other motivation to keep on going, it is the community that I found myself within here. There's a lot of things going on in this neighborhood and in this like cultural scene, especially with people like me in their mid to late 20s, that you don't really see as somebody just coming to go out in Main Street. There's a humongous music culture, just like you would find in Temple or West Philadelphia, in this neighborhood.
Harmony Hall was built as a German social club I believe it was a men's singing club. So up here was the ballroom and the stage behind us. Downstairs was a bar and game room. They did a lot of drinking and singing. It was built in 1891, and it was operating through at least the 1950s as a social club. It was home to the Manayunk Harmony Singing Society, which I don't know too much about. But person I bought the house from, she grew up here. Her family owned it since the 70s. Her mom was an artist and a disability rights activist named Jessie Jane Lewis. So it was like home to artists, and they like would rent it out to a bunch of artists before I lived here. This like has been a house concert type venue. After it was a singing hall for maybe like the past 10 years. And here we are.
Here we are. Yeah, I have my monthly voice workshop called Sing a Secret, and I was holding them in like Fishtown, Kensington area. His brother Lance came to one and said, "This is cool, you should come to, like, my brother has this thing in Manayunk, Harmony Hall." And I'm like, what, Manayunk, what? I live in Manayunk. It's a very kind of unorthodox mind-body approach to the voice. I like to think of it as we're kind of making different sounds resonating in different parts of our bodies, and then exploring the stories that come up for us when we make these sounds. I really love hosting the workshops here. I'll be downstairs and greet people as they come in, and then Alan will be up here in the ballroom area. People are hanging out in couches and drinking tea and getting to know one another. And I'll come up to begin the workshop, and everyone is already kind of friends.
Funky, yunky, 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 yunky. Manayunk, you are so funky, yunky. Funky, yunky, 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 yunky. Manayunk, you are so
Manayunk, the name, the funky name that we have, it comes from a Lenape term, and it means in their language, place where we go to drink.
And I'm starting to wonder which came first.
Manayunk Development Corp, I'm looking at you. I don't know why we're not capitalizing on that, because that is exactly, we got like 20 bars here and like one salad place.
Well, my perspective was there was somebody at the court that went, listen, I want to build a bar, but I don't want a building. So they're like, what do you mean? And they said, I want to build a bar, but that's not a building. You know, people can live around it, but not in it. And then somebody went, you know what you need? You need a town. And tada.
Why your library's so small but perfect. You got me talking to the cats through the windows. Even got me friendly with the dinos. Wait, is this a thing?
If you ride around, you'll see a bunch of dinosaurs everywhere. I don't know anywhere else that you would see a bunch of dinosaurs just chilling out.
Okay, it's a thing here in Manayunky, funky, yunky, yunky. Some of your streets just have no explanation. You got us feeling at home outside your homes. It's sort of misleading even for the birdies. Funky, yunky, 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 yunky. I see a dog playing through the cemetery. Wait, is this a thing? A dog park cemetery?
I think they just made the church into houses and said, well, we need a dog park. Gravestones don't count anymore since we closed down.
Okay, confirm. Funky, yunky, 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 yunky. Manayunk, you are so funky, yunky.
Hello, I'm originally from New Jersey, so I can't say I'm a Manlyhunk local, but we've been here for 12, 13 years now. It's been amazing. It's been amazing. The funny story is when we found out we were moving to Philadelphia, we decided to get an apartment north of here. As we're looking around, my office manager said, "Oh, you're moving to Philly? You've got to go to Manlyhunk. It's the best place. It's just great. There's all kinds of restaurants, all kinds of bars. Everything is happening in Manayunk. It's the best. And we said, okay, sure, kid, you know, that's a great story. And we did our own search and did our own thing, and we found out that he was absolutely right.
My name's Jeff. Lived here for 27 years in Manayunk. I was on the Manayunk Bridge before it was a trail. We used to have to climb through a hole in the fence on the side of it, and then we would just sit up there all day. It still had the rock bed from when the train tracks were there.
My name is Kenneth Hill, third generation born in the Roxborough, Manayunk area. The first generation came in just around the 1900s. Everybody knew everybody. Everybody was like family. You know, it was generations of people that went to school together, grew up together, year after year, decade after decade. You couldn't hide from anything because everybody knew who everybody was.
We moved into Manayunk about 12 years ago, and there's something about this neighborhood that as soon as you move in, you see everybody riding a bike and you realize, you know, you're not in with the cool crowd until you're riding a bike too. Manayunk did that to me. So I started trying to commute to work, and at that point it was maybe a 6-mile ride. I got 3 miles along the way on the first try, and I was just sucking wind. But kept up with it, and I set myself a goal of doing a bike tour from Pittsburgh down to DC, 300 miles. And one year I just said, you know, this is what I want to do by the time we get to September. So every couple of weeks I would do a little bit more and a little bit more. And I just did 300 miles in a week, and I haven't looked back from then.
No one else has mentioned the bikers to you yet? Oh, that's kind of crazy. I think from the 80s up until at least 2013, 2014, there used to be a bike race that would run from the Benjamin Franklin Parkway down Kelly Drive, and then cut through the neighborhood and go up the wall, which is Levington turning into Lyceum, and then cut back down over to Manayunk Ave and then back out of the neighborhood. And it was a party. All the streets were shut down. Everybody had a cowbell. It was a pretty big deal. I miss it. It was one of the best things about this neighborhood. It was awesome.
When we moved here, we realized, hey, it's time to get the bikes out of storage. And now we've turned into serious cyclists, and never would have happened if we hadn't come to Manayunk. Almost in Manayunk, it's like, you know, you get looked at funny if you don't own a bicycle. So.
When I moved into Manayunk a few years back, it was not open 24 hours. It was seasonal openings. Now it's open 24 hours. And I love that because you can see all the people of Manayunk at any given time. Again, older folks, kids, people walking their dogs, people pushing strollers. The area just outside of the bridge is maintained by the community, so there are garden areas. There's a spot for dog sticks and dog bowls for water. There's seating areas. And I think the bridge is just a great way for people to pass each other, see each other, give each other a nod and a smile, and just recognize the folks in your community.
Manayunk Bridge, when I'm on that bridge, I feel like, wow, what an amazing place to live. Like, just the views from it, you can see all of Manayunk, you can see all the hills of Manayunk, all the crazy houses in Manayunk. The bridge is about a 5-minute walk from my house, so I'm on the bridge often, and I love the bridge.
It's nice because there's like no cars, there's nothing to distract you, no one to run you over, hopefully. So I really enjoy going on the bridge and just like running up and down that trail. It's like a good, like almost 4 miles.
On a personal note, that bridge helped me find the area that I got married at. After you go down the trail, my husband and I actually stopped in at one point and just took a look around and said, hey, we really like this area. And then about a year or so later, we ended up getting married at that same park.
I took a left onto Wild Street, saw a cute dog. Walked up the staircase and saw a fierce dog. To the right was a lady walking 2 dogs. One was super tiny and the other whiny. And then over at the bridge I saw 3 dogs. They looked exactly like each other. Were they triplet dogs? Anyway, I had a little epiphany and kind of realized that my day is significantly better because of doggy dog smiles. Man, this town is going to the dogs, but for the better. This town is going to the dogs.
I absolutely love dogs. I don't know if you noticed on my front fence there, I've got a little hydrant of dog bags for dog walkers. Sometimes they forget those, but I know most of the dogs' names and not always the owner's names. So.
Besides the ice cream, honestly, I'd have to say it's the dogs. There's so many, all different sizes and shapes and colors, and I love it.
Dogs are a lot nicer than people are usually, so I think I know more dog names than I know people's names in Manayunk right now.
There's one named Thomas, ironically, like just such a human name. He's a cutie pie.
I mean, people always ask, can I pet your dog? Can I do this? Or, hey, can my dog say hello? So it's definitely a dog neighborhood.
There's lots of dogs. There's dogs everywhere.
My dog loves this neighborhood because he's got friends all over the place. Anytime he goes on a walk, he will see maybe 10, 15 other dogs, and he gets to say hi to all of them. This is my dog's neighborhood. He loves this place.
Had a 5 on 10 conversation with this man. He kept looking at his phone, maybe troubles with the lady. Had a 10 on 10 conversation with his poodle. Our eyes were locked together, felt like a real connection. Listen, I'm telling you, this town is going to the dogs. Whoop, whoop. This town is going to the dogs.
If you like an area that's affordable and you like hills, you have to like hills. This is a great place to live.
I would definitely live here, except for one thing. Do you see how steep these roads are? Walking up and down these is going to be all the cardio I'll ever need, and I'm not ready for that much cardio.
And some things are just impossible to change, like how hilly everything is.
I mean, I wish that wasn't as hilly sometimes just because I have had surgery on my knees, but the hills don't bother me too much.
And I love the hills, you know, the poor man's San Francisco vibes. I really like it. I think it's really pretty.
Being at the bottom of the hill helped. If I had been on the top of the hill, that might have been a little bit too much.
I feel good because you go out to eat and then you're like, okay, I'm getting a workout and I earned that meal, you know, walking home.
The giant stairs, which I'm sure people have talked about. I love to just stop and look at the views. Look out across the river, see the sunset. I like to make phone calls and just hang out. I also live relatively close to the bottom of the hill, so I don't have to go up and down them every day. People have to go up them when they don't want to, so I get to choose.
I've always wanted to live in a place where I could walk to a coffee shop and the woods. And this is that place.
And you'll have great thighs.
Hi, my name is Ava, and I'm the manager of Hotbox Yoga. Hotbox started with Brad, who created this beautiful studio and really brought it to life. And Hotbox had multiple studios previously, so it had a studio in Manayunk and also in West Philly. And with the pandemic, we had to close our West Philly studio, unfortunately, but Our Manayunk studio has been booming since really for a very long time, but even more so post-pandemic. So it's just really exciting to see the life that has been brought to this space. Hotbox Yoga is a studio that is a Baptiste-influenced, inspired studio, which means that it is hot. So it's between 90 and 100 degrees, and the sequence is made up of a series of poses. Each teacher teaches a variation of that sequence, but stays pretty true to the flow. We have about 12,000 students that are part of the studio. On a weekly basis, we have approximately 1,000 students that are coming in and practicing. I think one reason that our studio is so successful is because of all of the people that are here in Manayunk. Manayunk community is made up of people who really are looking for something more, which is this deeper sense of community, either through yoga or through whatever channel is offered in Manayunk.
I'm never gonna find a parking space, and I've been praying all damn day. It's never gonna fucking happen. I'll let you know if you haven't heard the value of a piece of curb. But you know, it's hard to find parking around here. So yeah. Free parking. Free parking.
Only thing that's really changed a lot that kind of sucks is the parking.
I'm not trying to be all like build a wall about the tourists or anything. I'm just saying that it is really annoying of the parking situation. I know anybody who lives in this neighborhood is going to tell you that parking is a nightmare.
Everyone here seems to drive giant cars on these tiny streets for no reason. Just either don't drive that car or get a smaller car. You don't need like a giant truck in Manayunk.
Parking. We need parking. Oh my God, build us a garage or something for free.
It's just really lovely here.
I'm from Florida and I have no desire to go back there.
There's a smoke shop where you can get your papers and your bowls and stuff to roll tobacco in.
One of the least crimed areas in the city is right here. And a lot of that still is because the people in the neighborhood are still looking out.
Come to the place where the hills are magical, the beer runs free, and the people are great.
Straight from the jump, where you going? On my way to the Yunk. What you doing? Knocking bass from the trunk. What we on Main Street? Here we come. The Ryan's line long through to the front. Wine the sword, Jake and Coops, what we want. Brew, pub, scoop, kill with a punch. Half past buzz, quarter till drunk. Trying to smoke, try smoke or the monk. May as well blaze a trail for a run. Take a stroller, maybe stroll you up one. Islands next door, fest when we done. Biggeroo, gotta get the chicken when I get the pictures, get the pitch, I'm cool. Great room, hoping Mike Night. Hustle nights like in these hills, I'm both cruise. Met this little buddy at McCupcakes. Try to say she love me, blame it on the alcohol. It must be stumbling out the crescent. Now I got the munchies, maybe mix insomnia with my tubbies. Loco for La Roca and cantinas, trust me. Nachos from the taqueria, man, it must be slow-mo down the Somo. Got me feeling lovely. Tell them it's your last chance, let's hit luck. You can find me exquisitely dining at Blondie's. You bought Winnie's or Zesty, surprise me. And no year that goes beer, don't remind me. I'll remind you when I slide through. Pizza John, treat that John like a drive-through. Can't deny friends, those fire, gotta try to. Feel so helpless, can't help but hit by you as we ride through.
I'm a fan of the bikes. I let them share the road, I guess you could say.
I have a son and he loves coming here. So this is great for me, you know.
We enjoying Manayunk so much because it's so lively and so young.
Everybody's doing a little something and just making it a really nice place to be.
Just the amount of people that are just like a melting pot of people. You get a little bit of everybody here.
Oh, heck no. Manayunk is too good.
The drinks, the heights, the sights, the lights, the Manayunk times. This is the life. Hit the wall and watch them break out them